Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project 365, episode 1096. Guys, if you're following along on YouTube, please jump on over to thewoddoc.com. Check out all of our full-length episodes. That's where we house them, absolutely free for you. On today, you guys probably seen him before, Dr.Tim Latham. He's one of my very good friends and colleagues, and one of the things I love about holidays is not only that I travel all over the place, but I get to hang out with my friends who are also very, very smart individuals. Dr. Tim, he deals a lot with other sources of pain other than myself. I do a lot with sports and stuff, and Dr. Tim works a lot with everything. And we had a great conversation about the source of pain, and it's something I think that needs to be brought up and to like open people's eyes. Like, so I'll give you an example, and the thing that I'm trying to bring out is not everything is causative, right? So if you come in and you say, oh, I have back pain, right? That's a very typical thing. And the way that we explained it is, okay, so a patient may come in and say, I have back pain and it's because I sat in a chair too long. But really, it's not just because they sat in a chair too long, right?
Right. I think we have to realize that pain is an experience, and it's very contextual. There's a lot of factors that go into the experience of pain. In the mechanical factors are important, right? The amount of time that we sit in chairs, our posture, and the way that we're align our body during certain lifts. It's important, but there's a lot of other factors at play, and that comes from.
Of course, this isn't like trauma, right? Because trauma is trauma, right? If I fall on the stairs or get into a car accident, right, that we could say is
pretty high correlation rates between tissue damage and the level of pain that you're experiencing when we have a specific traumatic event to point to. But when pain becomes chronic and persistent after 3+ months and into several years, we have to look at other factors. What are the patient's thoughts, emotions, fears, beliefs surrounding that pain? What do they think is contributing to their pain? There's a lot of mixed messages when it comes to pain, especially from our industry.
Right.
We see
because we had this really great example, a patient that had pain all the time sitting in a car, right? Mm-hmm. Sitting in a car, pain all the time. Yet they could sit in a chair, right? Mechanically very similar situation, no pain, right? So there's obviously something that if it's very similar mechanically, what's the missing link, or what's the added link? Right.
Yeah, and that's where the art of applying what we do comes into play, and we need to ask a lot of questions. We need to put in our listening hat, not automatically jump to conclusions about structural causes of pain. I mean, how many chiropractors do we know that if they said, oh, it hurts when I sit in a car, they're going to automatically go to adjusting the back, and they think that they know the source of pain. It's the fascia, or it's something's misaligned, or your pelvis is here. But it's much more than that,
Right.
What has the patient been eating lately? How have they been sleeping? This particular patient that we were talking about has some other life sources of stress that are factoring into it. Her bucket's very full right now, and it would be easy to look to the biomechanical sources of her discomfort, but it's much more than that. We need to dig a little deeper. We need to listen. We need to ask better questions. We need to look at the entire experience of that person's life, and look for other areas that we can sort of intervene. How are they sleeping? How are they eating? Are they hydrated? Physical activity levels, all sorts of things.
I love that, and I love the idea of thinking of it as a bucket approach. I think that's like the overall concept that we really need to understand is it's a bucket approach. So if we go back to sitting 8 hours causes me pain, well, that's absolutely correct. Sitting 8 hours may cause you pain, but it's not necessarily means that 8 hours of sitting causes pain. It means that at your particular state, 8 hours of sitting is the threshold which causes you, it fills and overspills your bucket. That means for the amount of sleep that you got, the amount of given nutrition, the amount of stress level, your mental state, all those things, for that, your bucket is at a certain level, 8 hours gives you pain, right?
Right.
A multifaceted approach to pain. It's not always mechanical, not always structural, but we need to think outside of the box, and that is the message for today. Think outside of the box. Pain is not just a single source origin. Cool?
You got it.
Dr. Tim, thank you so much. Yeah. Guys, questions, comments about this, please post them below. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. And until tomorrow, we are optimizing function to optimize performance.